My fellow nerds and my fellow couch sitters and couch surfers, welcome all, welcome one, welcome back to the next episode, to this episode of the C-Team, the Sentinel Comics Rpg. I'm your lovely dungeon master for tonight, Turkey, or your game moderator, as so says by this here Sentinel Comics game, and I'm joined by three lovely, amazing role players and heroes and amazing Grouch Catch crew members. Of course, Connor, Psychostash, will be playing Krieger, the photographer. Fishy, GCTV, will be playing Wilson Wright, Wild Shape. And Proteus, Children of Proteus, will be playing Astral Velocity, Ginger Constance. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have had some audio issues tonight, so if you're watching on YouTube and the video starts here, you're probably like, where's the first hour of the show? Well, have no fear, because I'm going to recap it right now, as well as for all the people here in chat that might have not been here and might have just joined. On our adventure so far tonight, our lovely heroes did a little bit of healing, and then went back to their hideout, the storage unit, the 70s storage unit, and of course, decided on plans for the next day. When they were watching the news, they seen a broadcast from the mayor, who just released brand new police robots that will be policing the streets of Intox City. One of them, very large, shielded robots. The other one's very small, mosquito-ish robots. Then, immediately after, our heroes got an emergency message through General Electric, but it was the mayor's voice once again. Although this time, the voice said the mayor on the TV was not actually the mayor. In fact, it was a fake, and our mayor is being held captive in the Tyson chicken plant in downtown District 69. So our heroes headed there, fought some robots, and met up with Sir Nar, who helped them fight the robots, and then he left. Now, we return to our three heroes just as they fought the robotic guard chicken in front of the Tyson chicken plant in the opening room and are about to head down into the basement of the Tyson chicken plant. Now, when we last left off, Astral, you just knocked down the door and took a -1 hinder for damage to your arm as you knocked down the door. Now, when the door hits the ground and starts sliding down the stairs, there's mist that kind of fills the air. It feels heavy. It feels dark. It feels different than this open area you're currently in. But you guys stand there on top of the door, on top of the stairs. What do you do? Drink some water.
Well, I guess we gotta go down.
And find this humidifier and turn it off. Because it's too much humidity up in here.
I don't think it's gonna be a humidifier there.
Well, what's most important is that we need to find the real mayor. Them have to be down there somewhere.
Yeah. All right. So, if you don't want to do any further prep, I'm going to change our background here. And you four start heading down the stairs. Why is it different sized? I literally fixed it earlier. It's annoying. You head down the stairs to the basement of the Tyson Chicken Company. As you do, step by step, echoing in this loud hallway, eventually you make it to the bottom steps. And you look out to see a large, open area where the air gets more dense, more thick. There are strange, pinkish particles floating through the air. And as all three of you step out, you look to your right and you can see a giant, glass cylinder full of strange pink goop floating on the inside. The cylinder's huge, about 20 feet tall. There are tubes coming out of it all over the place. There are like tubes in the ceiling running this strange goop everywhere. On the table, or not like a table, there's like a, what do you call it, with got like a belt. Why am I not thinking of the right word?
Belt?
A conveyor belt. A fucking conveyor. And on it there are a bunch of chicken patties being sent down the conveyor belt. And as each one's getting sent out, it looks like the goop is being injected into the chicken patties as it goes out. You three step further into the basement and you can hear someone calling for you. Help! Help, I'm over here, help!
This looks like a job for the C team.
Nice.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Oh, I've been wearing this for weeks.
Oh.
Weeks? Like,
Yeah.
is that your only shirt kind of weeks, or just new favorite shirt kind of weeks?
Well, considering as my washing machine does more things than just wash, it's my only shirt. So, both off.
So you're telling me you actually can't get any laundry done?
Not really. Not when he's doing stuff that he wants to do.
Well, that sounds awful. Sounds
Yeah,
awful.
you get used to it.
And you say I smell bad? He's been wearing the same C Team shirt for weeks now.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
mine has an
Help.
auto clean function. I don't have to
Oh,
worry about
right. We're supposed to be
Help
helping
me.
the mayor. We'll
Let's go
talk
do
about
that.
this later.
Can I can hold on. Oh God, why did everything close?
Oh no.
There we go. We're good. We're good.
You good? Can you what? What do you want to do?
Oh, I was gonna. Well, I don't need to do an overcome action, so it wouldn't work. I was gonna say, could I use my principle of speed ability that would allow me to go anywhere in the current environment?
Yeah.
But I'm not doing an overcome, so
Yeah. You want to like run over to where the sound's coming from?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to scootaloo on over there.
Okay. You do that. You scootily on over there, as you would say.
Scootaloo.
And you get over there to see the same woman you've seen on TV earlier this day. It is the mayor. But now her hair is completely ruffled and sweat-driven. Crunchy, almost. Her hair is disgusting. She's got no makeup on. Her t-shirt's all ripped and tattered and covered in dirt. And her hands are chained. And it looks like there's a tube from her arm running up to the wall behind her. And she's chained up to the wall. She's like, "Help! I'm stuck." And just as Astral zooms over, boys, you two are left there, standing next to this conveyor belt being inserted goop into chicken patties. And you kind of like start gandering over yourselves, kind of walking past this large, huge cylinder of pink goop. And there's a little tube coming out of it. And out of the tube, a bunch of goop comes out. After, like, you hear like a ding and a little screen kind of like does some crazy numbers on the screen. And some goop comes out of it and it hits the ground. And then forming out of the goop, slowly, it turns into like a humanoid standing there. And then it kind of starts to take even more shape. And it's Sir Nar. But Sir
Shoot it.
Nar,
Well,
unlike you've seen him
shoot it
earlier,
already.
has no wounds. And his skin is pristine. And out of the goop forms his sword, Bro Caliber. And he looks at all of you.
Well,
and he
that's
says,
a threat.
"Welcome to my dungeon."
Before he finishes his sentence, can I just shoot him in the face?
Yeah, you can fucking try. Roll it for me.
Okay.
Hold on, I want to fix these backgrounds here. For some reason, I made them the correct shape, but they still didn't. It didn't export as the correct shape, which is kind of annoying.
I'm going to be using Ricochet. Attack using range combat. Use your max die. If you roll doubles, use min plus max instead.
All right. Guess it didn't work this week. Sorry I didn't see your message, Certifiable. It's kind of up in it. Yeah, I just turned karaoke off, man. It was kind of ass. I want to figure out a better way to do it. And once we do, we'll start doing it again. All right, so what is your
Problem
ability?
is that we can't see.
Ricochet.
So it'll never really be a
Max
better way.
die.
To do
I'm
it.
using my max die for Ricochet.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And your max die is 7.
Yep.
So you right up, shoot him with 7. Okay. Cernar takes the full 7 damage to the face. Then... You didn't get any ones, did you? Nope. Trying to see if he has any reactions.
I'm
Nope.
gonna be passing it to Wild Shape next, so get ready.
All right. Hi, Yuki. Hello, I hope you have a wonderful stream. It's a Skitter Mask. All right. Wild Shape. Sure, go.
Mr. P, are you still in yellow status?
I am.
I'm also
You
going
are?
to update the scene tracker here. We're back to
I
1.
am.
Nice. I'm gonna use rally and attack using my Wild West powers or qualities. And other nearby heroes in the yellow or red zones recover equal to the minimum dice.
Nice.
So I'm gonna use my vitality and then my Wild West, and I'm still in yellow. So I'm gonna do 4 damage to Goopy Gnar. I don't like Goopy Gnar. And then you're gonna heal for 3 HP there, Mr. P.
Hell yeah.
So, this means this is a melee attack, right?
Correct.
All right. So you heal him, and you end your turn right next to Goopy Gnar, which I guess is what we're calling him. And Goopy Gnar looks right at you, flips his hair, then activates his reaction ability. I know your weakness. If an opponent ends their turn near you, he gets to roll his single power die and use it as a hinder against you. He's going to use his strength die, and he's going to hinder you for 1d10. That's a 5. You will be taking a -2 on your next roll. As Goopy Gnar looks at you, he knows your weakness, and Goopy Gnar says, I'm trying to think. I was going to say something about, I don't know.
Hot sauce.
I know you want to be loved by all. That day will never come. Even with your fanboy over there, whom I will kill first. All right, now who do you pass it to?
I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Goopy Gnar. Show me what you got.
Goopy Gnar uses My Greatness Cannot Be Denied. He gets to attack and use his min plus his max dice. If the attack causes the target to change zones, he then gets to boost using his min die. And that bonus is persistent. He runs right over to Zoolander and swings his large, goopy Excalibur at Zoolander. And he is actually in yellow now.
Whoa.
Decimates him. Just fucking decimates him. And then he gets the boost with his mid die. So he gets a +3 to his next attack. And he looks at his sword and he's like, I will decimate all who face me. And Zoolander's head hits the ground. And as it does, you look over and his head's still doing blue steel.
This is so tragic. We don't know if he had a family. He was just a minion.
Why'd
You
bring him on
killed him. No. How am I supposed to? God, no, Zoolander.
All right, so he gets a +3 on his next roll, and I'm gonna start writing him down. All right, Suni. We're summoning a minion. Is this a good minion or a helpful minion? Here's a replacement. Oh my God! Here's what happens. As soon as he dies, the goop machine reactivates. And the screen goes zzz, and then ding, and goop comes out of the pipe once again and begins to form into a humanoid. And it's fucking Zoolander, and he still has the phone, and he's like, Oh, hey, wild shape.
All is forgiven.
Thanks, Suni. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers,
All right.
Suni.
Sir Nar, who hasn't gone yet? Astral hasn't gone yet, technically. Astral, sure go. What do you do?
I wish there was an easier way to keep track of like who hasn't and who has gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something.
Maybe we could brainstorm.
Hell yeah, that ruled. Hell yeah, dude. What do you do, Astral?
I'd like to talk to the crusty mayor.
All right. Yes.
So
Spit it out, sweetheart. I'm chained up.
yeah, I see that, but there's a lot of tubes in you.
Yeah. Just rip it out. It's one tube. They're taking my blood for something. Just rip it out. The chains, sweetheart.
Okay.
We need to get out of here.
Okay. Hold still. And so I'm actually going to use my intangibility to be able to rip essentially vibrate the chains in such a way that they kind of dissipate.
Ooh, that's fun. That's cool.
And that way it causes as minimal damage to Krusty Mayor as possible.
We'll see after your roll, won't we?
Yeah, we sure will.
We sure will.
And I'm gonna do intangibility and alertness, and I'm still in green status, so.
It's a mid of 3. That sucks. It's not good. The action fails, or it succeeds with a major twist.
Do it.
Major twisting!
Sorry. We just haven't seen any of the major twists yet, and I'm very curious.
Nips! Let's go!
Okay. I'm trying to read all these here.
I hope none of them's like, you lose an arm, or...
Well, kind of.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
technically I did get
Very
a
close family member loses life. Or what's else? Extremely potent Alzheimer's. That would be terrible.
4.
A dog farts on your foot.
As you shake the chains, Astral, your arms start vibrating like crazy, and the chains almost like dissipate from reality. You're going so fast, and then she can move her hands out of the spaces where the chains are as you're vibrating the molecules of the chains. And then as you're doing that, the walls begin to crumble all around you, and stuff starts falling off of the roof down into the large goopy goop in the large big circular center. And then lights turn on above, red ones. And the goop gets pushed out of the thing one more time, and it hits the ground. But this time, it doesn't really form into anything. It's just a tiny little goopy creature. This major twist has moved the scene tracker forward 4 spaces, and it has summoned a 1d4 goop minion to the scene. But the mayor's free.
All right, Madam Mayor, I'm gonna need you to make your way to the stairs as quickly as possible and get the fuck out of here. We will try to get to a safe spot. We'll find you soon.
This place can't stay the way it is. There's a valve. There's a valve on the big cylinder that will push the place into overload. You must explode the place before you leave. It can't stay the way it is. I'll wait for you on the outside.
You got it. You got it. Just get out of here. Just go, Krusty Mayor, go.
All right, and she starts hobbling. Krusty Mayor.
Money.
I don't like the way you called me Krusty Mayor. Yeah, money.
You just look like you're from my dimension. You feel like home.
Yeah. Use heads above the scenes. Nice. You have really bad constipation. That's the major twist. All right. So, with that overcome action, I believe that ends your turn. Yes? Yeah. All right. So the only person whom hasn't gone, I believe, is the brand new cloned Zoolander.
All right, Zoolander clone 2.0. We're not going to tell your family. It's fine. Go and kick Goon Sissius or Narguius.
Oh my god.
This.
It's not Zoolander, it's Goolander.
Oh no, Goolander. Goolander. Make yourself useful, then go kick Goo Sissius in the shin. The gooey shin.
So-
What happens if the goos mix? I'm so scared.
I don't know. He goes, "Yes, sir, Mr. Wild Shape, sir." And he walks over and tries to kick him in the shins while he's taking selfies the whole time. You get to roll his D4. Hit it.
Ooh.
There should be a little spot that says individual dice. Nice, you got it.
Oh,
If you do it up here, like next to your...
yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
Like
There you
that?
go.
No, that's much worse.
We're gonna take the 3 because that was the first roll.
Okay.
Hey, 3 damage to Goopnar. He's like, ah, who are you, peasant? And he's like, well, it's me, Zoolander. And he turns around and takes a selfie with him.
Zoolander.
Yeah. Make sure to use hashtag Goonar on Instagram and tag me. All right. And so now, sadly, it's the end of initiative round. And even though the scene tracker has already been moved forward because of a major twist, it still moves forward one. Meaning that as the scene moves forward one more, the pipe kicks up again. Ding! And another flesh thing is formed out of the goop. So now there's 2 flesh things and Cernar. And the lights get louder and brighter, and the roof above you begins to crack in even more, and shit begins falling down into the goop, cracking the conveyor belt. And now, I pass it back up to Krieger.
Well, shit. I've been pushed out of my yellow zone, so... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do dual wielder. Attack 2 different targets using ranged combat. One target using your mid die and the other using your minimum die.
So, the scene tracker is still in yellow, though. So you still have yellow abilities.
Oh! Well,
Yeah.
that's great, actually.
Yeah.
In that case, I think I want to use Flowing Fight. Attack using speed. Use your mid die to attack 1 extra target for each bonus you have. Apply a different bonus to each attack.
Sounds pretty cool. Hey, and you still have that +7 that you still haven't used.
Well,
Reminding you.
it's not just a +7, it's a +3 and a +2 and a +2.
True. Very true.
So I can technically attack 4 targets at once. How many targets are there?
3.
There's 3. Alright, so I'm gonna attack with my original attack and then my 2 other attacks. Yeah, apply a different bonus for each attack. So I guess I'll roll it. Is that... I hope I'm using this correctly.
You can do this, man. We believe in you.
Alright.
Right.
So there's my roll.
A mid's an 8. That's pretty fucking good.
Okay, so it's an 8 plus 3 on Nar. And then a +2 on the other one. And then a +2 on the other one.
Okay, so what are the totals on the 2 minions?
The 2 minions have a total of 10, and then Nar has 13. Oh wait, no, 11. Sorry, I'm not good with math.
In this one shot, photographer, stand up and do it as fancy as you want because you kill all 3 of them.
Yeah, and basically just. Oh no, jams, shit. Oh no, jams, shit.
That was pretty great.
That's
So
how it goes down.
the 2 minions are D4 minions. You did twice their health, twice the D4, more than 8, so they just immediately die. Sir Nar had 8 health left. He was still being developed, so he wasn't at max power. So he only had 8 left. You did 11, so he also completely dies. Now, whenever you shoot the bullet, it goes in like slow motion and goes right into the center of Sir Nar's head. And as it does, he kind of laughs. And then his whole body turns into goop on the ground. Just disappears. Now you three are left together in this basement. The mayor has escaped. The lights are going crazy. The cylinder, rocks and shit are just falling into it. The conveyor belt's broken, but there are still chicken sandwiches being pumped in, like, out. And there's still, like, goop being inserted into them as they're going out. And you're left here. And you get to pass it off, photographer.
I'm gonna pass it off to Astral. If only there was a way we knew how to disable this thing.
War Daddy 55. Mayor's on her way out. We gotta get to that valve behind the big giant tube, and this building's coming down because I may or may not have vibrated into time, space, and reality and accidentally brought the whole building crashing down around. Let's go! We're on a timer!
There's a valve.
Walk but Astral. It's Astral. It's Astral. Astral velocity.
I think I can get to it. I think I can get to the valve fast enough. You guys start like running towards the door. Like, get the hell out of here. I'd like to use my principle of speed to get all the way to the valve. And
Nice. Will you read your principle for us?
Principle of speed, when I successfully overcome, I may end up anywhere in the current environment, and you and each of your allies gain a hero point.
Nice. Hell yeah.
But I'd also like to use my hero points from the last issue to add a boost to my roll.
Okay. And you had 2, so that's a +2 boost.
Yee.
Yeah.
All right.
Nikki gave you another hero point. Look at that shit. Hey, thanks, Nikki. So that's an 8, which means the action completely succeeds. With your principle of speed, you run over right to the valve. You can see the valve has like 2 directions. One's like more power, one's like less power.
Where is it currently situated?
So you could like turn it. It's like right in the middle.
It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
I was told to overload it, so I feel like I should just crank that until it just completely comes off. It's cranked so bad.
All right. So you use your speed then, and you're like,
Yes.
you just spin that fucking thing, and then it just completely comes off. And as you spin the fucking thing, you two boys at this point are like running up the stairs, I'm assuming. Yeah? And as you spin this fucking thing, all the goop begins to like bubble. And all the pipes start running like crazy. And steam begins to build in this whole area. And purple particles are just like everywhere. The ceiling begins to crumble. And like through the ceiling falls the robotic chicken who hits the ground, and he's like, exterminate!
As I run past the chicken, I'm just gonna pop it like a couple times as we run past it.
And the whole thing begins to overload.
And scoop up Wild Shape, who's running as a chicken, like a football.
And you guys run out to the outside as fast as you can as the whole thing begins to beep, beep. It's all going off. Everything's crumbling. You guys make it outside to see the mayor standing there crutching her stomach. And as soon as you make it outside, the whole place. Now, here's the question. Did any of you look back at the explosion?
No, we're cool guys. We don't do that.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
I'm too clumsy that I don't look back at what I do anymore. That's not a good idea.
All right,
Most certainly, I would be looking back at
the cool team.
explosion.
A film directed by Michael Bay. Thanks, Suni. You guys make it outside.
Boys, this is Crusty Mayor.
And she's like, oh, thank goodness you heroes came. I was all alone and scared, and I heard them talking about cloning me, and I knew they're up to something. Thank you all so much.
How long have you been down there?
Well, last thing I remember, we were unveiling the Hall of Heroes, and then I got snatched up by somebody, and then I woke up there. So, yesterday.
That's weird.
You got awfully crusty in one day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that was like yesterday.
That's like 24 hours ago.
Wait,
Yeah.
so Mr. or Mrs. or they, them, Mayor.
Mrs. Baldwin. Mayor Baldwin.
Mrs. Baldwin. Okay, well, Mrs. Mayor, what's the proper protocol if someone evil has cloned you and put your evil clone in office?
Well,
and now that you've been released,
I mean, do you want this to be like a grassy knoll situation? Because I can make that happen.
honestly,
I mean, is it
sweetheart,
really human life if it's a goop person?
We need to take down the new mayor. Whoever she's
Okay.
working with, we need to get rid of him. But we have to do it in the right way. Because if the public thinks that we're trying to kill the mayor, they're going to try and come after us. So what I say we
Wait,
do...
you're the mayor. What? What are you talking about?
I am the mayor, but are they going to believe me or her? And then it's like a whole thing.
Well, if you're the real mayor and she's made out of goo, like the gooey things that we just destroyed, wouldn't that make you the real mayor?
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned earlier you seen her, right? The real mayor? Am I
Right.
correct on that?
Yeah.
When you seen the other mayor, the other one, did they
Right,
look
the
goofy
other
to
mayor.
you? Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, I didn't really see it. I only heard about it because Mr. P said he'd seen it on the TVs. I hadn't made it there yet.
Well, I didn't see if they were goopy or not. The only thing that threw me off was the symbology. You see, I've been chasing this organization known as Black Dagger for a while. I know all their symbolisms and, you know, pictures that they like to use as their little, like, Easter egg of, like, outing themselves. And they happened to put all that shit on the new robot police that was sent out, and also are wearing pins and shit like that. So it's a pretty dead giveaway.
The Black
Yeah.
Dagger. I've heard of this. This like
You have?
the Black Dagger operation that happened a few years back?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I heard about that. It was like a whole thing that went down. They were doing experiments on people, and I was actually one of the people who helped shut that whole thing down. I didn't think it was right. You know, they were turning people into animals, and, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what they did to people. And the
That's
animals.
crazy. Yeah. Look, I don't like the Black Dagger either, and they have approached me multiple times even after that, and I didn't agree to their plans, and maybe that's why they did this now. Maybe that's why they didn't have me. So they made a version of me. I don't know. There's a lot to be discovered, heroes. What we first must do is rest. We must recover our wounds. We must plan on how to move forward.
Well, it just so happens that I have a good hideout. And there's someone
Dude.
else hanging out there too because it's too hot. So,
I don't know if I can go home. I'm assuming the clone is laying with my wife. And,
Yep.
so I might want to come with you.
yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to crash with us. Jesus Christ, my place is getting crowded. I'm gonna have to start charging rent. This is bullshit.
I mean, you could just rent like the next cell block, like the next storage bin over.
I don't own that one.
Well,
I
rent
think
it.
that guy's name is Tom.
Looks good to me, Suni. You managed that are fake, that would be a problem. True. See, Nikki gets it. Okay, so I'm gonna come with you guys then, and I guess we'll figure it out from there. get some rest.
Madam Mayor,
you know?
you're looking a little weak. May I offer you a piggyback ride?
Yes, please.
What
That would be
about a
great.
goatee back ride? I could offer that.
Yeah. I mean, do you... Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I've never ridden on a goat before. I've always kind of been in,
Most people haven't.
you know,
It's
I
a
grew up in
real
mansions
seller.
and stuff, and okay.
I saw
And,
the inside of the
there's
building today.
me, secret security. So I guess I'll fill that role.
You three return back to the hideout then, together. You four, I'm assuming. Also, I assume that Goolander is coming with you.
I imagine so. How many memories and characteristics and personality traits did Goolander retain from Zoolander?
The same. He don't
Like
seem
he's
any different.
almost like a gooey carbon copy of. Like he
Yeah.
could go home to his family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and nobody
Yeah.
would ever know.
that's what it seems like. Yeah.
We would know. Is
We
that
would
the
know.
hero's move? I mean, he gets to go home, so I mean, in theory. Astral, you're from a different dimension. How do you feel about
And like 1 week later on the news, Zoolander head found in Tyson explosion.
Well, I mean, that entire body is going to be like crashed under rubble and like goop. I mean, there's a good chance they're never going to find that body at all, depending on the properties of the goop. So, I mean, we could probably send this guy home. I mean, he'll be fine. He'll. I mean, yeah, I don't have any memories of goopy humans in my dimension. Mostly just like, you know, mutants. But like, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Maybe that'd be
think
good.
we're
Maybe
gonna
we
send-
just keep tabs on him. Like, I have a couple people I keep tabs on. Like, I can maybe swing by Goolander's house every so often, make sure he hasn't murdered his whole family or gone evil or, you know, sacrificed them to some form of goat god after figuring out that you're his hero.
Well, thanks there, Astral. That'll make me feel sleeping better at night, knowing that Goolander will be watched after. All right, Goolander, you can go ahead and head home, man.
Thanks, man. You know, long live Wild Shape, man.
Yeah, man. Long live me.
Yeah. All right, so I'm assuming this whole conversation also does happen while you're kind of like walking back to the hideout.
Oh yeah, I got the
Yeah.
mirror on my back.
And eventually you do make it back there, and once again it's late. It was a long mission. You've made it back to the hideout. And I must ask, are you guys going to stay here for the night? I'm sure there's healing that you need once again. It's been a long fucking 2 days.
Well,
Also,
of course I'm gonna stay here. It's my fucking house. So
Wait,
uh,
like, oh man, God, I gotta go see Dr. Doolittle again. Fuck. Did them suppositories come with refills?
I mean, you've
there.
only taken one. I'm sure he
Hey,
gave you
man.
a week.
Right?
the way this game is structured, you tell me. Did they come with refills?
Yeah, but it's like a one. Like I still gotta go up to like the CVS, stand in line, get my one pill, and then ask a friend to put it in. But I'm
I'm
gonna
a
go
homie.
ahead and collect one of those. I guess I'll have Astral do it. She's not really afraid about bodily fluids.
All right. There you go. Okay. Well, good.
I've
like,
seen the inside of a goat.
I guess my other question is to you, Wild Shape. Do you go home after this to see your son? Do you pay the babysitter her weekend fee? Do you rush home or
Always.
do you take your time?
It's kind of like if you think about like after you get off of work and shit, and then you're just like, okay, I gotta go by CVS, pick up my medications from the pharmacy, you know, get a dozen eggs and some milk. Oh, we out of bread again. You know, this kid eats up everything in my motherfucking house. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways, I swear he eats like a horse or something. He actually might be
Wow.
eating as a horse or
Wow.
something. Yeah, that's kind of
Wow.
ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, and then like I get home and then there's like a weird montage of like single dad cleaning activities like vacuuming and dusting and such, and then finally get to lay down in bed as a goat. Mind you, I do these things as a goat. I really, really have a hard time trying to transform back into
and so
myself.
I also assume that by this point you're kind of getting the feeling that your son also has animal transforming powers.
Well, yeah, I mean, found the feathers in the bathroom.
Yeah, are you preparing yourself to have this talk with him?
Soon. But, I'm waiting for him to ask questions about it, and he hasn't yet.
Okay. Alright. It looks like Krieger just went back to the hideout and started cleaning his guns.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned them in a while. And also, General Electric, do you think you could wash my fucking shirt, dude? It's been weeks.
Okay. Sure, can wash your shirt. I also am a washing machine.
Okay, as long as you actually do it this time and don't start looking at refrigerators on Amazon again. Alright?
Refrigerators on Amazon. Searching.
No, not now. Need you to wash my shirt.
Smart fridge. On sale. 50% off. Shall I add this to your wish list?
No. Don't add it to my wish list.
Added to your wish list.
Fuck!
Anything else I can do for you, sir?
Just fucking... Where's Armwin?
Right where I left him.
Okay.
Sir. Armwin has gone missing.
Son of a bitch. Oh, you freaking... I will turn you into a goddamn washboard.
Washboard. Searching. Would you like me to add washboard to your wish list?
No, I don't want you to add to fucking stupid. I swear to God, you goddamn...
Don't shoot me again, sir. I'm sorry. Only trying to help.
Yeah, you're trying to help by pissing me off. Feed Julius.
Okay. So just classic Krieger in his hideout kind of shit happening there. But also the mayor's there with you now. You're kind of cleaning your guns. I feel like the mayor's getting themselves cleaned up and stuff like that. Now,
yeah,
last
I can't
but
take
not
off
least,
my fucking mask either.
You can't. No, Astral. Is there something you want to do to kind of for your downtime? Do you go back to the hideout or do you find something else? What do you do?
I'm gonna go back to the hideout for briefly, but I'm gonna probably zoom off pretty quickly. Maybe grab a bite to eat out of a dumpster, go find where Goolander lives and check on him, and maybe check on my This Dimension family just to see that, them living their life.
So you zoom out and you find some old food in an old Arby's dumpster. It's like some ham and cheese sandwiches that just were expired, so just threw them out. But they're totally good. So you grab them bad boys. And then you're zooming across town. You get to a downtown, low-level residential area. And you follow the trail of Goolander. And Goolander eventually gets home. And you see he walks through the front door as you're kind of watching from across the street eating your sandwiches. And then you zoom over and look through the window. And he walks into a house where his dad is passed out on the couch. And you can see he's got a Tyson fast food wrapper in his hand. And he's just passed out on the couch. And Zoolander's like, "Hey, Dad, made it home." All right. And he heads back to his room where he shuts the door. And in the back room, it's all just decorated with wild-shaped stuff. There's photos he printed and posters. And the whole thing's just orange and purple. And he puts on his little mask and his cowboy hat and he's pretending. Yeah. And he's taking pictures of himself. So he looks like he made it home safe. And then you zoom off. And you make it to an address that you had written down a little while ago. It's the address of the family of this dimension. That is your family. But in your dimension, in the future, your family's dead. But there's a version of you and a version of your family here in this dimension that have not been affected by the apocalypse. and you zoom over, and it's a really nice house. There's a picket fence around it. You can see there's like a security camera at the front, so you kind of zoom around to the back. And you can see in the kitchen your mom is like washing dishes. And then you yourself and your sister and your small little brother are like sitting at the table, like arguing, throwing food at each other. And your dad's like in the living room yelling at the TV, something about sports. At this moment, is there anything you want to do?
I'd like to perch myself up at like one of the houses behind the house, like just like on a rooftop, and I'd like to just like sit with the last of my sandwich and just kind of like watch them eat dinner and enjoy my dinner with them, but from far away. And as I finish and see them clearing up, I zoom off back to the amusement park and get ready for my bed, my canopy bed.
Nice. Now, while they're eating, they don't talk about much of note, but you do hear your current self talking about how much they like to take pictures. They're like an inspiring photographer. And your little brother has like soccer practice all the time. And your dad just like, oh, another day at the plant. You know what I mean? Kind of shit. And then you zoom off to where?
Back to the amusement park to go sleep in the some of the
So
tents.
this is not only your place of work, but also where you live.
I mean, nobody knows I live there. I live in like the storage rooms where they keep like the vendor tents and stuff, and I sleep in like I make a hammock out of the vendor tent.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, that, my friends, is where I guess we end it for tonight. Our story for tonight is done. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, fucking subscribe. If you're watching here on Twitch, go over to YouTube and subscribe. We're going to come right back in a few minutes, and we're going to do our breakdown, where we talk about tonight's episode as a whole. I'm going to give out some hero points for some of the things that our heroes did tonight. And you guys can do so as well here in chat. We're going to come back and break down the whole dingle episode. If you guys are watching on YouTube, the breakdown doesn't come out till Saturday. Sorry. Anyways, any final thoughts or words before we go to our final and last break of the night, you guys?
Can we stop bringing back random people to my fucking pad so I can be here with my mask off? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you own a
You didn't have to do that.
hideout. I think you just own a hideout.
Do we know anybody with a safe house? There must be
it's not a
safe
secret
houses.
hideout.
Yeah,
you're right,
we do.
It's still
Mr.
my
Krieger.
fucking hideout where I can take off my mask and be comfortable. And now I can't do that because of these goddamn people taking refuge here.
There's probably safe houses somewhere in the city we can check people up in.
General
Well, you
Electric
think
search.
the mayor would know
Oops.
something. But I guess that's a next week problem.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do a thumbnail pose, you guys.
I'll put my stuff back on.
All right, if you want to. Now, for this, you guys, everybody in chat, you are welcome to throw out suggestions into chat for these guys to pose as. And if you do throw out suggestions, try to do your best to get a good screenshot. Post it up in the Discord, and even if you're feeling fancy, make us a meme for us to check out next week right here on the show, which we will check out during our breakdown. And even if you post it throughout the week, we will post it on our social media and credit you and everything like that. So we will do us a nice little thumbnail pose right here. You're gonna do us a goat? Nice. If you do like Astral, since you were flying this episode, if you like put your hand up like in the air, like superhero pose, your right one. Yeah, I gotta get you. Gotta take a step back, so you're like fully in frame.
I'm
There
up
you go.
against.
Put your hand up. Yeah, then like pretend like you're flying. There you go. And then I can actually make you flying whenever I green screen it later. Here we go. All right, now do one more. Player's choice.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can make this better.
Yella said a clock tower? Are you sure? Wait, I read it earlier, but I didn't say it out loud. Certifiable said, are you sure you want to arm General Electric with robot chickens machine arms? Machine guns? Yes.
I trust him. I built him.
There you go. Those are really good, you guys. There you go. All right, we're going to come right back in a couple of minutes, everybody. We love you. We'll be right back for our breakdown. Bye-bye, everybody. And also,
Breakdown.